On the same night that Alan got to see Babylon, I could not get in. I couldn't find I literally could not find parking. Okay. Couldn't find parking to save my life. So I ended up turning around and going to see Glass Onion, which was having its premiere. So let me tell you what that was like. Do I need to do this? All right, I'll do this. I'll do this real quick. So let's talk about Glass Onion, which is the official title for Glass Onion. The official title is Glass Onion, a Knives Out Mystery. Not sure what you think about the first Knives Out. This, I guess, is the second Knives Out. It follows the character played by Daniel Craig of Benoit Blanc, or Mr. Blanc, Detective Blanc, whatever you want to call him. He solves all sorts of baffling mysteries. I thought the first Knives Out was a lot of fun. I thought it was a great mix of drama and comedy. I like mystery films. I thought everything about it was unexpected. I couldn't figure out what was going on in the first Knives Out. And the same applies here to Glass Onion. The story focuses on a character played by Edward Norton. He plays Miles Braun, who is a billionaire from the tech industry, who has a group of friends who've all gone on to have their own successes. You have Kate Hudson is in the movie, Catherine Hahn,
Dave Bautista.
Dave Bautista. That's right. Dave Bautista's so good in this. He's so good. And so this group of friends that he used to hang out with at a bar called the Glass Onion, and they used to hang out there, and it was like 10 years ago. Now it's 10 years later. He's a billionaire, and they're all having their various levels of successes as influencers. Catherine Hahn's character is like running for governor. You know, she's now in politics. They've all gone on to have all of their various successes. And Janelle Monáe is part of that group, but had a falling out with all of her friends. So Edward Norton invites them all to his island to solve the mystery of his own murder. And Edward Norton is very proud that he put together this elaborate murder mystery that he and his friends were going to play over the weekend. Well, things go wrong, and someone unexpected dies and passes away, and then it's about solving that mystery. So there's a lot more layers to it involving Janelle Monáe's character, because she had a falling out with all of her friends. And this is different than the first Knives Out. I believe that this is more comedic. It's more of a broad comedy. The budget is almost, I would describe the budget for this movie as almost on the level of excessive. Like, there is some of the CGI, the quality of the CGI varies, but this elaborate billionaire mansion world is just way overblown. I feel like they really didn't need all of that. It was just so over the top that it just got to ridiculous. And then most of it was enhanced by digital effects. So it just felt kind of fake. But just like the first Knives Out, all the characters are very like flamboyant. I don't mean gay, but I do mean flamboyant in the sense that everything about their characters, from their wardrobe to like the sort of key phrases they like to say, to each of them has their own cocktail. They're all very specific, well-drawn, cartoonish in some respects characters. And the movie is a lot of fun. It just happens to not be as good as the first Knives Out. First Knives Out, I think, was a surprise for people. I thought it was a lot. It was a good mix of drama and comedy. This is almost too much leaning into the comedy, not enough of the drama. It's also 2 hours and 19 minutes. And I don't know how many times I'm going to repeat myself. This would have been better at 2 hours. All movies these days, I don't know why. I don't know what the reason is. And there's not a lot of fat, but you could have cut this down. There's not, I will say, as compared to other movies I've seen that are north of 2 hours, this movie, at least, like, it moves really quickly. Everything about it moves very quickly. One interesting thing, you find out that Daniel Craig's character, Benoit Blanc, is gay. I know. It also has nothing to do whatsoever with the story.
Yeah, but it's important to say that, though, right?
It's important. It's weird
because
it's
important. You know that he's gay.
Do they have to be blatant about it, or
what's so funny is they're not blatant about it at all. He doesn't. It's never mentioned, but it's clear he lives with a man. He's in a bathtub. That's kind of how the movie opens. He's in the bathtub, and all of the characters receive this sort of mystery box that they have to solve the mystery. And then the box opens, and when it opens to is an invitation to his island to solve a mystery.
So would you call this queer baiting?
I don't think I mean, a little bit of queer baiting, but also like with that accent from Daniel Craig, it kind of makes sense. Here's the thing why the movie worked for me. I love that character. I love that Daniel Craig is not Bond in this. Okay. He is not Bond. He's definitely Detective Benoit Blanc, right? He is, and he's somewhat flamboyant, in his own way. But I love that character. His character is really funny. It's the situations are funny. It's just I feel like so much of the movie was just excessive. Almost like Rian Johnson was trying to justify the budget that he got, because didn't Netflix pay like $400 million for 2 Knives Out movies, like sequels? Am I right?
I think so. I mean, he got the deal fairly quick after the first one, I believe.
Yeah, so that's my take on it. Is it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, but it's also like, and also, by the way, this movie's going to open theatrically, I believe, next week.
Yes,
it opens, stays in theaters for a couple weeks, for like a week only, and then it comes to Netflix in December. And I'll say this, I think it'll be great on Netflix. I think it's gonna be a huge hit. Huge hit on Netflix. Will it be a hit in the theater? Maybe not. I don't know, but like if I watch this on Netflix, I think I would like it better than having seen it at the theater. It really was made for Netflix. So those are my thoughts on Glass Onion. I don't know if you guys have any questions or have any comments in the chat. I'll go through them.
Yeah, the question I have is, it's a mystery. Is this a solvable mystery, or is it a mystery you just sit back and the clues just unravel themselves?
No, I like it. It does a thing where, and part of Knives Out did this too, where the movie is going chronologically, on a timeline, and then something happens, and then it goes back in time and fills you in on details that you didn't know about that change the place we got. I'm really being, I am purposely being vague about what the mystery is and who gets killed. I don't want to say any of that because it's such a crucial part of this movie. You've got to remain in the dark about it in order to enjoy it.
And that was a story element. That was a device that was used in the first film as well.
Exactly. That device of like, we've gotten to now we're going to back up, fill you in on more details, and it changes everything you've seen and then everything going forward, and different things are happening. So I really enjoyed it, but not as much as the first film. If the first film is an 8, this is like a 7, maybe probably a 7, I would say, maybe 7.5. But
is it a direct sequel of the first?
It's not a direct sequel, not at all. It's the continuation of the character and kind of the tone in the world of the first movie. So I don't think that there's anything connecting your first movie. I'm sure that someone's going to do an Easter egg video. Here's all the Easter eggs connecting Glass Onion to the first Knives Out. Look at all these things in the background that I paused and found. Yeah, I didn't look for that and I didn't notice it. But I just think that what I like about this is the character. Benoit Blanc is just a funny character. He's weird, sort of nerdy when it comes to solving mysteries. And there's the movie is a little bit slow at the beginning because there's so much dense. They're trying to teach you about this character and the history of this. And they do this weird thing with split screen where they're all like receiving this big box that they're trying to unravel the mystery, even to just open the box. Right. And so they do all the split screen, and so much information is being dispensed during that time. And then there's a moment about 30 minutes into the movie that once it happens, it just catapults the whole thing. And it's not what you think. You can't see it coming. So a lot of fun. Is it worth seeing on Netflix? Yeah. Worth seeing in the theater? Up to you. I leave it up to you.